Hello and welcome to Real Biz. I'm Rebecca Jarvis here in New York City, and here's what's on our radar. She went from growing up on food stamps to building a nearly $100 million empire. And it all started on YouTube. Now she's the first woman to reach 1 billion views on YouTube. She has nearly 8 million followers, and her how-to makeup videos have become so successful, she has parlayed their popularity into her own L'Oreal makeup line and co-founded the company Ipsy. And by the way, she's just 27 years old. Michelle Phan is author of Makeup, Your Life Guide to Beauty, Style, and Success Online and Off. For someone who thinks this is just a really good makeup artist, there's so much more to Michelle Phan than that.
I like to tell people I'm a good storyteller because makeup is art, but you're also telling a story on your face. You know, when a woman is feeling down and she puts on that red lipstick, she instantly feels confident. You know, that's for her. That's not for people. That's for her to feel confident. And I want to spread this message more because there's so many beautiful, unique faces everywhere around the world, and I never believed in the idea of a one-size-fit-for-all beauty look, because beauty is subjective, and it's everywhere. When you go on Instagram, you see so many different ethnicities, diversities, and beautiful faces, shapes, and sizes, and that's why I'm a huge believer in celebrating that. And so giving people the right tools, whether it's an editing program or showing them how I built my own career, or even giving them a $10 Ipsy bag where they can get amazing products for just $10. It's curated and personalized for them. For me, like, my job is done. Like, I just want to teach and tell stories and hopefully inspire more people to do the same.
What inspires you? Where do you get your drive?
I get it from my mother because she was an immigrant when she came here to America. She had a great education when she was in Vietnam, but after the war, the entire country was devastated. So she came out here and didn't know how to speak English, didn't even had less than $20 in her pocket, and she, for the rest of her life, she had to become a beautician and do nails, and there's nothing wrong with that, but she always told me that she wanted me to do so much more, and she wanted me to have more potential than her. But I was so inspired by the beauty portion, you know, like how my mother was able to empower women doing their brows and doing their nails and giving them a pedicure, and she felt like it was something that she didn't feel empowered by it, but I kept telling her growing up, you know, this is beautiful what you're doing. Like, you know, you're washing someone's feet, but so did Jesus, you know, like there's beauty in everything, and sometimes the media portrays success in a certain way, but I believe everyone has their own vision of success. And a lot of the times it's not about money, it's about simplicity and having peace. So.
And where do you find your greatest peace?
Today is the only day that we have, and tomorrow's not promised, and just living life to the fullest each day.
You started out these how-to videos over a decade ago now.
Yeah.
And no one was doing them at the time, and now it is one of the most popular. Not only are your how-to videos the most popular, but on YouTube, how-to videos are some of the most popular videos there are.
Yeah, they are their own standalone phenomenon. I mean, people go on YouTube now if they have any questions, if they want to learn how to change a tire or unclog their toilet or learn how to do a smoky eye. You can find everything on YouTube.
And full disclosure, I think I found how-to videos initially when I dyed my hair, intending to dye it brown, and I dyed it black, and I went on how to get black hair dye out of your hair.
Were you going through a moment or something, experimental change?
No, it wasn't an experimental moment. It was a total accident, and I watched about 12 how-to videos because it was late at night, and it was kind of like, well, what do I do now? I went to the drugstore after that and tried out a lot of the things that they said in the videos. When you started, it was funny. When you started out, how did you think to do them in the first place?
I tried to apply for a job at a Lancome counter at a department store, because I love beauty. I'm a beauty junkie, and I didn't get the job because I didn't have any sales experience. And so instead of just shutting that door, I decided to open my own laptop and film my own makeup tutorials and show my viewers how I did my own makeup. And since then, I mean, it's been such an incredible phenomenon. I haven't looked back. But that was really what inspired me to do it, was a setback. And I always tell my followers, you know, if something doesn't happen in life the way you plan it, sometimes it's the universe that's telling you to go in a different direction. And that led me to YouTube.
And how did you get them to go viral? What do you think it was that you did? Because nowadays there's just so much content out there.
Right, there's a lot.
And there can be some great content that doesn't get recognition.
Right. I think I'm a huge believer in timing. You know, it was good timing, good storytelling, of course, and also pushing the envelope. I was one of the first to really do this, and I'm constantly evolving my videos. You're never going to see the same video 3 years ago compared to now. It's always going to be different. I'm very hands-on with it. And so I like to experiment a lot and tell different stories. And so I think that's one of the main reasons why I'm still relevant. However, when it comes to doing anything viral, no one really knows. There's no secret sauce to that. It's kind of like winning the lottery or when lightning strikes. You can't really predict it. You just know if it's going to happen or if it's not going to happen.
So when you look out at the world of how-to videos now, is there any space where you think that's a category that people could really own, that there isn't someone owning today?
I think, honestly, the internet has widened the market so much that the idea of niche market has evolved, the word itself. Niche doesn't mean 10 million or 10,000 followers. It can mean now 10 million followers. So I really believe that you can really find a niche audience in any category. If someone wants to just do nail art and only focus on Japanese nail art, someone can really own that market. If someone else wants to do beautiful lip looks, they can do that too. I mean, it's incredible to see how the internet has opened so many doors and possibilities, bringing in new ideas.
What do you think is the smartest thing you've done along the way?
Staying in touch with my mom, you know, she keeps my feet grounded, because I moved out to LA when I was 23, and I really do believe I could have gotten lost in that world, but my mom, she was really the one that grounded me and helped me stay focused on my goals, which was to provide a better life for my family, and also to inspire more girls to do what I do. I mean, it's such an incredible journey, and I want to share this to more people, because if I can do it, people can do it too, and they can probably do it better.
What was that like initially? You're 23, you're in LA, you have millions of followers. I'm sure everyone on the street knows your name because they've seen you.
It was tough because you couldn't really decipher who was really there for you, who could really be your friend, or if someone had a motive, you know, if someone wanted something from you. It was a lot of learning experience for me, but I'm really glad that I was able to learn it, because now I can pass this knowledge, and that's why I wrote my book. And I wanted to make sure that my followers knew that, you know, you have to take that leap of faith if you want to be an entrepreneur. And part of being an entrepreneur is also being a creator, and you have to create new ideas and take that risk.
And you were doing it 360 as well. You weren't just the woman putting the makeup on, you were editing, you were writing. You were the 360 package.
Yeah, I was the one-woman studio. I shot everything myself, edit, and I still do to this day. I'm very hands-on with my editing and with my filming and my lighting. And I believe you should be. If you're creating art, you should have your hands on the art and not just leave it to a production crew.
You could go back and change one thing.
Oh gosh,
one thing.
Question.
Are there a lot of them, or?
No, actually, I don't believe in regrets. I have no regrets in anything in life, because I believe everything that happens leads you to who you are today, and it makes you into the person you are today. So it molded me to become this person. I don't know. That's a good question, but I wouldn't really change anything, to be quite honest with you. I'm very happy with all of the decisions I made, and I take full responsibility and accountability for them.
Most difficult thing you had to learn along the way? Firing
people was hard. You know, especially when you care for them, but you know that they are not the right person to help your career, and they're setting you back. That was really tough, because I have a very giving heart. I get that from my mom. I love giving, and I love sharing, and I love seeking potential in people. When your relationship doesn't work out with someone in a working environment, it's tough, because it's not personal, it's business, and so I had to learn how to separate the two. It was tough for me to do, but you know, you have to realize in this business world, you have to look out not just for yourself, but the people that you bring on board. And so sometimes you have to make tough decisions, you know, to save the rest.
So how did you do that? What is your advice? Because there are a lot of people out there who are starting companies. They're attached to people on a very personal level, but they know they have to let them go. What is your advice?
Draw boundaries. Draw those boundaries up right before you start any partnership or working relationship with anyone. You have to set these boundaries and let them know that, look, this is business, this is work. I know we're friends, or I know we're related, or I know you're my husband. It doesn't matter who this person is. Work is work. You know, when you enter into the work environment, you have to switch off the personal mode and focus on the business, because that in itself is another art form. And so it's one thing when you're creating and painting your own stuff, but when you're collaborating with other people, it's teamwork now. Your opinion doesn't just matter. You have to resonate with everyone else, and if you're not, it's tough. You know, you can't really build out anything if someone is setting you back or if they don't share the same vision as you.
What's next for you?
I will be focusing a lot this year on technology and education, educating women on how to become their own entrepreneur, and also applied science. So if a girl, she wants to learn how to code, we can apply that to a technology. She can help build an app, she can create 3D printed products. I mean, so much they can do this day and age where you can learn something and apply it to something tangible. So that's also something that I'm really focusing on this year. And of course, scaling my business, mentoring other talents. Those who want to follow in my footsteps, and if they have a great vision, I want to bring them on board and really mentor them and help nurture their gifts.
And I understand you have an app on the way?
Yes, I do. I have 2 apps on the way.
Want to shed a little more light on that, or are they too secretive at this point?
No, they're not secretive. I've been working on one for a while. One of the app I'm launching, I don't have a name yet, but it's essentially my universe. So right now, my followers, if they want to watch my makeup tutorials, they go on YouTube. If they want to follow my daily life, they go on Twitter or Instagram. But I find that it's easier to kind of funnel them to one hub, and that would be the app, and that's the Michelle Phan universe. And not just me, I want to bring on other creators and other talents to help write, bring editorial content, and really help them grow their brand too. So that's one app that I'm launching, and another is a video and photo editing app. And I really believe in giving tools and resources to other creators so that they can create beautiful videos. So that's another app I'm launching. And what else?
What else? I mean, you've mentioned a couple of apps. You got books on the way.
Yes.
You're still working with Ipsy, which you co-founded 4 years ago.
Yes. And the most exciting thing about Ipsy I'm really looking forward to is opening, I'm calling it Open Studios OS, where we are getting this 8,000 square feet studio, and there's going to be cameras and sets built out there so that any creator, whether you're on Instagram or Tumblr or YouTube or Vine, we don't care where you're from, if you have a great idea, you have an amazing aesthetic when it comes to beauty, you can come and shoot, take photographs, and create content. That's it. Just make art. And we're providing the resources and the tools for these creators to bring their art to fruition.
What do you do when you're not running this empire you've created?
I'm a total nerd, so I'm on my telescope, or I read a lot. I'm very inspired by history, and I've been reading a lot of books about how in ancient history, women, it was a very matriarchal society back in the day, in pre-dynastic Egypt and before the Mayans. I mean, it's amazing, all the stuff that I've been reading from these books and oral traditions that's been passed by indigenous tribes around the world. I'm very inspired by those people, simple people who seem to know what life is about. You know, like I feel like sometimes we live in this society where, you know, it takes us 13 years of schooling just to learn how to function in it. And there's still a lot of problems. And then you go to these villages and you meet these people who have pretty much nothing. I mean, they have enough, but they don't have a car. They don't have clothes, or designer clothes, sorry. But they have everything they need, and they have so much peace, and that inspires me. Honestly, like, what I have the most fun with, I just hang out with my cat, and I go online and I talk to my followers, and I have real conversations with them. And so I'll go on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll just spend 2 hours on there just replying to comments and helping out as many people as I can, just doing my job as a citizen of this world.
I want to do a little thing we call here RJ's Rapid Fire. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
One piece of makeup you can't live without.
Concealer.
The last thing you bought online?
The telescope.
What was that for?
It's for this blood moon that's coming out soon. I wanted to view it and take pictures of it. Total nerd on that part.
What is the first thing you bought when you became the Michelle Phan that everybody knows, the big YouTube celebrity?
I got an apartment for my family so they can move out of this one room that they were renting out of a family.
How much sleep do you get managing all of this?
5 hours a day, but hopefully with my growing team I can bump that up to 6 hours. That'd be nice.
Something you spent your money on you wish you hadn't?
I'm pretty good at spending my money, but I'm obsessed with Kickstarter. If I see a good idea, I just want to help out a fellow creator. So I spent $20,000 on this one documentary because I really believed in it. I don't think it was a fail, but I haven't seen it yet and I haven't heard back from them, so.
What is it about?
Basically, this physicist named Nassim Haramein, he was able to crack Einstein's theory of relativity, and he has a new paradigm of mathematics and physics, where if he is funded in the right way, he could really create zero-point energy. He uncovered this beautiful pattern in life that is mathematic and also artistically beautiful. And these patterns that he finds in nature, it exists in nature, it exists in mathematics. He bridges everything together so that a child, 6 years old, can watch his lecture and actually understand what he's talking about and understand how physics works and everything. So it's really amazing.
That is fascinating.
It's groundbreaking. So he's someone that I really support.
Number one piece of advice to people who look at you and say, I want to be Michelle Phan.
I say this at the end of all my videos, good luck, because my followers, they are in control of their destiny and they can create their own luck.
What do you do when you're not running this empire you've created?
I'm a total nerd, so I'm on my telescope or I read a lot. I'm very inspired by ancient history, but honestly, what I have the most fun with, I just hang out with my cat and I go online and I talk to my followers and I have real conversations with them.
Michelle Phan, it was great talking with you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Millions of people around the globe are glued to Michelle's how-to makeup videos. But 4 years ago, she decided to bring her tutorials to life and she launched a subscription cosmetics company called Ipsy, where customers fill out a survey based on their beauty needs and get a bag of Michelle's favorite kinds of makeup every month. Now the company has over 1 million subscribers and is expected to generate over $100 million in sales this year. Jennifer Goldfarb is the president and co-founder of Ipsy, and before joining Michelle's team, she was vice president of corporate strategy for Bare Essentials. Jennifer, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rebecca. Great to be here.
And I love your background, your backstory, because before you started this with Michelle, you were on a very similar path to the one I was on, in finance.
Exactly.
How did you make that transition?
You know, I went to the world of investment banking and finance right out of college, and I thought it was an amazing experience. Got to learn a ton of things and work with really, really smart, incredible people. But for me, it was missing passion. I didn't really feel connected to the work and really passionate about it, and I needed that in my life. And so I did some soul searching and made a big career switch into the beauty world, which is something that I love because it's about making women feel better about themselves, feel more confident. And then that's how I landed at Bare Essentials, where I was there for 7 years before joining Michelle and starting Ipsy.
So Michelle is a big time star by the time you guys meet.
Yes, amazing.
How did you get her to work with you on Ipsy?
Oh, it was really Michelle's idea. I mean, she had the vision based on what she was learning and experiencing on YouTube with her fans. You know, she saw that women were no longer looking to more traditional media sources for their inspiration about beauty. They were really going to YouTube, and they wanted a connection with a very personal stylist, someone who they related to, and Michelle was their beauty best friend. And so she had this idea of how can we take this experience and make it even better, and that turned into, well, let's send our subscribers the products in the mail. Let's send them a bag of products so that when Michelle's making these amazing looks, they can be making these looks as well.
And these are the examples.
Exactly. So these are two of our glam bags. And what a glam bag is it's a themed makeup bag, so different every single month. And inside you'll have 4 or 5 curated deluxe samples, beauty products across all beauty categories that are personalized for you. So we take everything we know about you from your quiz, from feedback you've given us on products, everything, your personal style, your interests, and we select 5 products that we think will be great for you. And this is a little bit like having Michelle handpick products for you and deliver them to your bedroom.
And everybody who's out there who's watching Michelle would love to have her tell them exactly what they need as far as their products go. How do you get the products? How do you decide which companies to work with, which vendors not to work with?
Great question. So we have a team that's out talking to all of the beauty brands that are in the market and really researching what's out there that's great and what's out there that's sort of great and established and well known and already loved, and then also what's out there that's new and that we can help kind of bring to our subscribers that's innovative and that's fresh, and that's really part of the discovery process within the beauty category. And so we're talking to literally hundreds of brands every month and curating the very best, the absolute best products that we believe will delight our subscribers.
We've had the women from Birchbox, the creators of Birchbox, here on Real Biz as well. How do you differentiate Ipsy from them?
You know, really there's a similarity around the sampling for sure in the beauty samples. And on that front, you know, we believe we're growing, the fastest growing beauty subscription service out there, and certainly the fan favorite. So on that piece, we think it's certainly in our advantage. Really, the businesses after the sampling are very, very different. You know, they've chosen to focus on their e-commerce business, and what we choose to focus on is entirely our community. And it's our community of YouTube and Instagram stylists who we work with out of our studio in LA, really creating the absolute best beauty content that's out there. And it's those relationships we have with the influencers, the Michelles, Michelle and the next generation of Michelles, if you will, that really makes, and the content that those women are creating, that really makes us quite different.
You grew up in Ohio.
I did, yes.
And now you're here.
Yes.
You've built a brand that so many people now know. You're associated with one of the top YouTube stars out there.
Yes.
What is your biggest piece of advice to people who say, I want to figure out what she's figured out?
That's a great question. I don't think there's any magic to it, to be honest. And the one lesson I learned from my family that I still think is incredibly important, and I would suggest to people, is really about working hard. You know, work ethic means a lot, and it gets you very, very far. And I also took advantage of every opportunity that I ever could. So if someone asked me to do something, I said, sure, I'll do it. Or I raised my hand every chance I got. I was always hungry to learn more and do more, and I think those experiences end up opening doors and helping things happen down the road, but nothing really substitutes for hard work.
Toughest lesson to learn along the way?
Oh gosh, that's hard. I mean, we've had a lot of missteps, and it's really, I think, about how to recover and how to get back on your feet quickly. When something goes wrong, you have to really think about it as a learning opportunity. You can't let it kind of get to you too much. So it's about really learning, reacting very quickly, and improving and kind of looking forward.
Learning as you go.
Yes, exactly.
What's the future of Ipsy?
Oh my gosh, it's crazy. So in the last year, we've more than tripled in size, and we are on track to triple in size again this year in terms of our number of subscribers. So for us, it's very much about keeping up with this growth. We've been really fortunate to have just tremendous response from our consumers, and we want to give them more. So right now we're focused on growing as quickly as we can and making sure that every woman who wants a glam bag every month has the chance to have one.
Can we show people what's in these bags?
Yes, of
I
course.
feel like they're going to see them on the table for the entire interview and say, I just have to know what's in that bag.
Inside? I know, it's so cute. It's also fun. So here we go. This was our February bag. So you had a nice pink lip gloss.
Okay.
And we had a beautiful blush. We have some, these are fabulous.
Oh yes,
eye
I've
masks
used those
from
before.
Glam Glow. Yes, nice one after a long trip. And a beautiful shimmer eyeliner. And this is a deep conditioning mask for your hair. So this was really themed around Valentine's Day and love. So you see the pink bag with the really bright, fun, upbeat pattern, and then a lot of products that are really suited to give you a sweet Valentine's Day or date night look for your Valentine's Day.
Fabulous. Jennifer, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And congratulations on everything you've done, and best wishes for the future.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And we want to hear from you. What is your one go-to beauty product, the one that you can't live without? Like us, tweet us at Rebecca Jarvis, and from the studios here in New York City, I'm Rebecca Jarvis. Don't forget to comment right below.